Welcome to Cigar Night. We're starting things off a little different tonight. Give you a little peek of the fire, and we got a beautiful skiff of snow out here, and it's just starting to come down. Wanted to give you guys a little view. I've got the fire raging out the top, super fun. And so what we're gonna do tonight is I'm gonna show you the cigars and whiskeys I'm gonna review. We're gonna do a review on them, and then we're gonna do an intermission. And then we'll hit the BS, so you don't have to listen to all the BS if you don't want to. So tonight we have a Perdomo Champagne 10th anniversary. I've had this before. This came in the Cigar of the Month Club from Cigars International. This is a fantastic cigar. Really intriguing on the flavors and very layered, like a very expensive cigar. I'm super excited. We're also going to do something different with the light, but let me show you the whiskey here. This I got from my son for Christmas. We have Kangakoi, Japanese whiskey that he got me to try. I've honestly haven't had this. Super excited. And so, and this is a Christmas glass, also super cool from my daughter for Christmas. So we're gonna turn the camera around. We're gonna get started on the light. Got something new to show you, so it's gonna be super fun. Hope everyone had a great holiday, great Christmas, and coming up on New Year's, tomorrow's New Year's Eve. I'm not sure when this will be published, but yes, tomorrow's New Year's Eve, and so looking forward to that. We're gonna go see some family. So tonight, not tonight, but we're gonna have a wonderful cigar, and that's why I'm out here tonight, because I may not have one for the next couple days. The family is not necessarily cigar smokers, so we get this lit, this lighter that came from my dad, who passed away on September 4th. We got some flamage here, and so I'm doing something new. Those of you that are new won't know that it's new. Those of you that have listened for a while will know it's new. I am not cutting the cigar before I'm lighting it. I read this tip online. I'm surprised I haven't heard about it before. And yes, that fire's freaking hot again. I keep doing that. Wow. I got to switch over to here. Is that awkward? That's awkward. Yeah, we'll go back. I'm just gonna, there's a lot of meat on this guy. You could have a good dinner or be kind of fatty. So we're gonna light this without cutting. And the reason being is that I read online that this like traps some flavors in here. And I have really enjoyed what has happened. So, you know, you gotta get it close to get it toasted. Wow, that's freaking hot. Whew. So to make for good videos here, we're gonna back up a bit to get away from that fire. So sorry everyone for that. I got that sucker toasty. I thought it was colder out here than it is. So what you want to do is just kind of gently toast it. I know. Kind of want to work on that cherry red hot end. You want about an 1/8 to a 1/4 inch in. That's crazy hot. So kind of alternating, blowing, rotating it around the flame here to get it lit real nice. This cigar, I smoked this when they first came. Wow, the flavors were amazing on this. So I was really anxious to do a review on this. But between that fire and this, trying to get this cigar lit, I'm struggling a bit here. You want to get a nice, good 1/8. I'm probably going to go closer to a 1/4 inch on the end here before I go for that cutter. Making sure the middle's nice and lit too. And it's a little breezy out here. You can see from the flame, which that adds to the challenges of lighting this cigar also. So I'm going to have to show you guys in a bit too some other Christmas presents I've got. Super fun. All right, I think I'm about there. This is such a great cigar. I want to take the time to really get this lit well. But that fire, I'm serious. I think my pants are going to catch on fire here. It's crazy hot. Wow. All right, let me show you guys what I got here. So I got it about like that. So yeah, about a 1/4. You want that end really cherry hot. And so it's not cut yet, right? Not cut. Interesting. Let me tell you, not cutting is a hard habit to break. So I have this guillotine cutter here. This is a little scissor one. Has a little tab here and let it down. So we are going to take just a little bit off of that. This cutter's a little dull, so it's not my fave, but wow. Wow and wow. Wow. Can I just tell you, this is a cigar I've had before. Those initial puffs are like candy. They are so flavorful, so creamy, so smooth. Oh my God. The first time I had this, it had some flavors that I couldn't really explain without cutting it. I'm going to tell you, they're almost citrusy. Oh, and so it's totally my favorite when I'm right in the middle of something and my camera just decides it shuts off. It's like, it shuts off and it readjusts. It's like, hey, you just want to give it that, that I'm not going to do it to the camera because I really appreciate you guys. And I really love you. I know it's cheesy. If there's other guys watching, you're like, do you love me? Yeah, in that Eros, if you're in Greek, no, is Eros the right one? Whatever the brotherly love one is. I don't know. But, man, it makes me mad with that dang camera doing that. I hope it's recording now. I think it is. I'm going to get up and look. So we probably just shut it off and we probably just turned it back on. As Tom pulls up his pants again. Dude, you're not supposed to do that. Right? Is that what you're telling me? I know. This was going to be a very different video. Tom was going to be professional in this. Freaking camera shuts off. Got the fire way too hot. Having to rub my leg here because it's freaking hot. So let's get back on track. Tom is improving. I thank you for listening to my videos. Again, we'll go back to, if you want to send me a box of these, I would not turn it down. You would have my eternal gratitude. And I would mention you on my video to all 2 of my subscribers. I think I may have doubled that by now, but I appreciate you. I'm changing things up. I know many of you don't want to listen to my long BS and my long rants, and those of you faithful ones that have, thank you. And hopefully, well, I know the information is good. Whether, let's not have waffles. We're not going to go there tonight. And if you mean like waffles, I mean me waffling all over the place about my value and bringing value. And most of you, I don't know why you're listening. Obviously, you have an interest in cigars, and so we're going to try to stick to this. So, some tips about cigars. If you're a newbie, and if you've listened for a while, you want to keep your humidor probably around 69, 70. If you're in a colder, drier climate like me, even a little higher, because by the time you come outside to smoke, unless you have an indoor smoke room, it's usually pretty dry outside, and so even having your cigars a little more humid can help, because when you come outside, believe it or not, the time you smoke your cigar, sometimes there's so little humidity out, it can even start to unwrap it as you're smoking it. And so that's one reason that I keep the bands on, because the bands are really like, they can act like a security feature. And when the cigar warms up, they're often a lot easier to pull off. Sometimes they don't pull off and you just have to tear them off, and that's just part of it. There are some cigar makers, and I'm not sure why, but their cigars are very hard to get apart. They're bands. Imagine, hopefully you don't take their cigars apart. I'm not sure where I was going with that. But like I've often said with really great cigars, you're not really like jonesing for the bourbon or the alcohol, because the flavors are so good. Often in cheaper cigars, you're jonesing for the bourbon. You want to open that bourbon up right away. And this cigar, boy, it is not, I'm not going to say it's not a novice cigar, but if you're not used to a lot of complex layered flavors, it may be too much for you. I'm really enjoying this. Sometimes I do like a more simple smoke. I would not classify this Perdomo 10th anniversary champagne as like just kind of a bland cigar. The flavors are intensely layered, like cocoa, citrus, which is kind of moving away. It still has a lot of creaminess. It has just a little bit of pepper that just kind of tingles the end of your tongue. I have to call it playful. It's really wonderful. So I have to show you guys. I have started doing some merchandise, and honestly, some of the merchandise isn't that great, and I have to revise it. And I'm just honest with you. Some of it is pretty dang cool. And one of the things I like is this hat and this shirt, which is my own design. But I really like this one, and I have shirts for that too. And yes, I did get a haircut, those of you that noticed, and I did sort of shave, kind of trim the old hairy front there. But you can find those and other merchandise from my other podcasts. So the camera is just having a mind of its own tonight. I'm not sure what's up with that. We are consistently shutting off. And yeah, I have to say, just when I was trying to sell my garb and tell you that if you go there and you purchase stuff, obviously the manufacturer of these, because I don't manufacture them, I'm not sitting here in my basement doing this stuff. And I don't stockpile them. They're the print on demand, if you're familiar with that. If you're not, it probably doesn't matter. When you order it, they make it and they ship it out to you. You know, I get to keep a portion of that. So it does help support me. So if you appreciate these videos, that kind of support is wonderful. And I do appreciate that. And I am always trying to improve, make these more interesting, appeal to the audience, giving you the content you want, going after the cigars. I think I'm going to go after some boutique cigars here in the next couple months, some brands that you haven't heard about, but they have some fantastic cigars, and explore some other cigars that there are so many boutique brands out there and so many talented cigar blenders that we're just going to have a bunch of fun. And so when you buy my merchandise, and if you go to, I think I have, I do have PayPal buttons at yup.solutions if you want to support me there. That's for one of my podcasts. But yeah, all the money goes into a general fund to improve equipment and to buy cigars. So I should probably get separate accounts, but it goes into my passion, and that's producing content that you appreciate and has meaning to your life, and upgrading the equipment around that. And so that's what that goes towards. And so part of that, realistically, if you give, is getting some of those boutique cigars, and probably until I actually get a button on the YouTube, or I'm not actually sure how they do that. There's a steep learning curve here for me for all that stuff, but the cigars will just come out of my own pocket as I'm like laying tile or stone, or I do about anything for money. And so fix cars, paint houses, you know, I can do it. That's where the money's going to come from. So am I telling you not to donate? Dude, man, somebody needs to talk to me about this whole, I just like people too much. I like cigars a lot, and I like bourbon, and I like talking about them. But yeah, it sure would be nice to make money at doing some of this stuff, because I'm telling you, I'm spending a buttload of money on like equipment and a buttload of time on learning how to do videos, and you're just like, we haven't noticed that yet, Tom. I know I do. Can you tell I'm taking good supplements? I feel pretty good. I'm not like that. You know, that has been out here before. Hopefully the weight loss is going to happen here pretty soon. And so if you're just watching it for the cigar review, I'm so sorry, because I'm babbling on and on and on and on. And the bourbon review, this is a fantastic cigar. I absolutely love this cigar. I think I could smoke this whole thing without taking a sip of bourbon. Definitely not a newbie cigar, but it's not strong. But the flavors are kind of intense, and especially if you light it the way that I just showed you, which I am so shocked, but I'm not afraid to admit I didn't know that, because I don't know everything. And I think that knowledge has been around for a really long time, probably since way before my parents even thought about doing the deed that brought me into this world. And you're just like, whoa, weird. I know. Let's just say it's been around for a long freaking time. Tom, when you open that freaking bourbon, I want to know what you think about it. Are you sure you don't want to hear again how much I love this cigar? Oh, gosh. I am almost having a cigar orgasm here. I have to say, like, even compared to the Cohiba Red Dots and some of my faves, even the Series R, the dang thing did it again. Can you believe this? What is this? I've had problems, but I'm having problems tonight. It must be because it's really good, and the camera's like, dude, the world's not ready for you yet. Are you sure? Man, this thing could go viral and blow up the internet. Gosh, I love this cigar. Man, wow. Man, you could send me 2 boxes of these if you're that kind of benefactor. Oh, wow. And yeah, just the flavors have changed a bit. Okay, we're moving. It was really creamy when I started, like smooth, creamy, and yeah, some citrus, all floral notes. Moving to the more peppery, a little more spice. Still the cocoa. How would I put it? I don't know if this is a proper term. Less sweet cocoa. I would say at the beginning it was kind of rich, like a little sweet, and now it's going a little more earthy. Is that what they call leathery? I don't. Let's see. Let's take a puff and see if leather nails it. Because we've all smoked leather, right? And so we know exactly what leather tastes like. I haven't. I don't know. And they also say cedar. I haven't smoked a lot of cedar either. I'm not going to say leather. What am I going to say? You're just like, I bet you're going to say now you're cold because the fire's going out. You guys are so freaking smart. So I'm going to exit the scene. Hopefully not do any crack there for you. I'm still here, even though you can't see me. Bad video technique here. All right. You're like, don't put too much in, dude. All right, so we got a few pieces on and a few pieces on the side. We should be good. And I ashed the cigar, so the other thing about cigars, those of you that watch me know, after you lose your ash, okay, H, not S, bad. Yeah, some of you out there, you just want to puff it on a while to get it going again, to ensure when I set it down to start my bourbon, pour my bourbon, because I have to open the bottle, that it's not going to go out. Oh, it's such a chore to puff on this wonderful cigar. Wonderful. All right, we're going to get the bourbon going here. So we got Kangakoi. I think I'm probably massacring this name, and I'm so sorry. I wish I need to hear it pronounced, and then I would get it. I mean no disrespect, because honestly, I've been so impressed by the Japanese whiskey makers that I've tried. Wow, they've got some talent. And anybody that disses them, you're just a butthole. Head, is that better? Head, okay. Butthead. And that is... So I'm thinking I'm figuring out what's up with my video camera. It's saying not enough space. I think I need to change where I have my videos stored. My phone has plenty of space on it. I think they're just in the wrong spot. So hopefully this video is recording. I'm about done with my initial review of this, and it looks like, yep, it's gonna go again. So we're gonna sign off for now. All right, so here's where I am on this cigar. I have spent the whole rest of the time making room so I can make this one last video on my phone. And so, let me just say, I hate that. I hate the technical side of all that, but I love you and I appreciate you, and it's so worth it to be able to do videos, and I love doing this. I love improving. It's a totally new realm for me, but this cigar is great. I'm about done with it. I just want to finish up. It's fantastic. The flavors have mellowed a bit, but it's still nice. I still have that wonderful tingling. Yes, that fire is so freaking hot on the end of my tongue, and I really like that. So, in conclusion, what I was going to talk about, I knew it. But just let me say, as I'm here, as I'm turning the new year, as so many people do, well, so many people do. They make New Year's resolutions. I'm not going to make a New Year's resolution. I'm just going to end on this note. Being fat is hard. Don't go there. Deal with your issues, and we'll hit that again. And you get to be part of my journey. You've already been part of it, but I so appreciate you. Thanks for being patient with the video shutting on and off. It's going to be humorous when I edit it, but hey, you guys and gals, whoever you are, find something you enjoy, do it, deal with your issues so you don't get fat or you don't get sick. You don't have to deal with all the things around that. And so, Perdomo Champagne 10th anniversary, great cigar. Bourbon, the more I drank it, I liked it. It definitely had notes of apple, which is really interesting. used to in bourbon at all, but it's kind of growing on me. And I'm not going to chalk it up as my favorite, but I'm also not going to throw it out. And I may get it again. It's always fun to try new bourbons and people trying new things, companies trying new things. And so, hey, yes, I appreciate you. And yeah, let's just send in some smoke here. See you guys later.